Hey, welcome everyone. This is Mike from zozostockwatch.com. This is going to be your stock watch list for the 25th of April, Thursday. Let's go ahead and take a look at the heat map from FinViz. The markets were down a little bit today. The Dow Jones 30 down 59 points. The transports were up 96 on the day. Nasdaq down 19. S&P down 6. Stock market took a brief pause today after the big move up yesterday. So if we go ahead and look at some of the sectors here, oil stocks were moving down. There was a build on the EIA oil numbers, a 5 million barrel build. They didn't like that in oil, so oil stocks moved down. Also, Oxy Petroleum made a counter offer to CVX to APC, Anadarko. So Oxy was down on that. We actually got a nice bounce trade in Oxy for a couple of dollars this morning over 58.25 on this name, and we rode it back up to about 61, $62 on Oxy. So nice move, nice recovery there. So anyway, they made a counter offer to CVX. CVX was down 3%, as you can see. ExxonMobil down almost 2% on the day. Amazon was down a little over 1%. I'll show you the Facebook. They had earnings after the bell. Facebook, a big move up after hours on their earnings. Microsoft also, so don't even go by this. Microsoft is up big in the after hours tonight, and I'll show you that in a moment. Boeing had earnings today. So Boeing came out with earnings, and they're going to stop their guidance for 2019, also stopping their share buyback on Boeing. That stock ended up fractionally for the day. Caterpillar had earnings today. That stock just kind of languished around a little bit, just chopped around, not much action either way. Even during their conference call, the stock didn't get much reaction on Caterpillar, CAT. Snap ended up down for the day, even with they had two upgrades today, and it still ended up down. And AT&T came out with earnings. This stock down 4% today. Revenues came in light, and they are carrying a lot of debt, so the market didn't like that. Stock moved down 4% on the day for AT&T. For tomorrow, for Thursday the 25th, initial jobless claims coming out, durable goods orders at 8:30 also. 10:30 we get the nat gas report. Don't forget, on Friday at 8:30 we have the GDP coming out. That's Friday the 26th. For your call activity, this courtesy of the trade exchange, unusual call activity in First Solar, ARAY, Disney, MRTX, ConocoPhillips, PCG. There was a big push in PCG this morning as a rumor was going around that Berkshire Hathaway was going to get involved in the stock. It was just a rumor, and the stock gave back all the gains for the day. But some call activity there on PCG today. ATVI call activity, MPC, Amrin. We actually got a trade out of Amrin in the afternoon, so a nice move there on that one. Call activity, TiVo and Play, Dave and Buster to the put side. USO put activity, BABA, EEM also put activity. Once again, courtesy of the trade exchange. Your earnings that came out after the bell tonight, you had Facebook, Microsoft. By the way, Microsoft in after hours is up big, and actually its market cap is up to $1 trillion on this move up in the after hours. So Facebook, Microsoft, Tesla, I'll show you those charts in a moment. Visa, Xilinx, PayPal, CMG, Chipotle, Lam Research also reported earnings after the bell tonight. We have tomorrow Cliffs, UPS, AbbVie, Altria, Southwest Airlines, Bristol Myers. Tomorrow after the bell, you have Amazon, Intel, Grubhub, Starbucks, Cypress. On Friday, you get American Airlines, ExxonMobil, and Chevron, all reporting before the bell on Friday. So let's go ahead and check out some of those stocks that I mentioned that had earnings after the bell tonight. We'll start out with Facebook. They beat on earnings. Facebook quarter one earnings missed estimates 85 cents versus $1.63, but it depended on what you put into the earnings. Adjusted earnings were a beat. So Facebook pushing up over $200 in the after hours. The market liking what it heard on the conference call, so they pushed this one higher, trading about 196 and change at the moment, but a big move up there for Facebook in the after hours. Visa was up in the after hours, gave back some. Visa earnings per share beat by 7 cents. Revenue beat there on Visa, but starting to make its way back up. Microsoft, the big push on Microsoft, at least it was. Yeah, still pushing up here. That 1 trillion market cap being hit tonight. Microsoft trading up over $130 on MSFT. Let's see if I scroll through here, if I can pick up the earnings. If not, you can see by the stock action that they like the earnings. PayPal also came out with earnings after the bell. PYPL, that stock popped up, pushed down, very volatile in the after hours, kind of ending up right where it started on PayPal. Square not really affected too much by it, maybe leaning a little bit towards the downside on Square, but PayPal beating on earnings there. They did lower their revenue guidance for quarter two for PayPal. They lowered it down. Revenues lower there, PYPL, but that stock just kind of right back where it started, as I said. Let's see, Xilinx came out with earnings after the bell. That one was up. Not going to look at that chart. Trying to go fast on the video. Tesla came out with earnings. Tesla very volatile in the after hours tonight. So Tesla, they missed. They came in loss per share of $2.90. Estimate was for a loss of $1.30 per share. So they lost there on Tesla. Right now, the stock pushed down to about 252. They bounced it up to 266. This is your news algos as they decipher the news, and pretty much trading around 258 at the moment. You could go ahead and pause the video here. I'm not going to read all this. Reaffirms the guidance and all that. You can read that for yourself. I'll scroll through it slowly. Fold coming out with some news in the after hours. Mixed security shelf on FOLD. That stock rolling over a bit in the after hours. CMG had earnings after the bell. They popped that one up. It ended right back kind of where it started on CMG on that one. And let's see, what other earnings were there? LRCX, sorry, Lam Research. This one, a semiconductor name, moving up in the after hours. Big move up here on Lam Research on their earnings. Some top insider purchases. This information coming out after the bell. ABT, OTEL, and TGE, all with some insider purchases on those names. So that's pretty much the news. A lot of earnings after the bell. Most of the stocks are moving up after the bell. The Facebooks, the Microsoft, Tesla, Visa's making a comeback. Xilinx was up. PayPal holding steady. CMG holding steady. And Lam Research is up in the after hours tonight. We'll keep the video short tonight. I'm just going to look at the IWM and the SPY. So traders like this with the IWM. We're back above the 200 SMA, holding above the 50 SMA. We held that 155 zone here on IWM and trying to make another crack at getting up through 160 on that. So that was a positive for the day. SPY, like we said, after that move up yesterday, kind of an inside day, a little bit of a narrow day. Volume today about 50 million shares for the volume, but the SPY, holding above, still doing what they need to do. Bulls just consolidating here, but there were trades out there today. We got a really nice trade in this MTP. It was a pre-market trade. We got in this at $2 and around 60 cents on MTP. Stock went all the way up to $3.75. What a way to start out the day, like almost a 40% gain gainer on this MTP. So a real nice move there. That was one of the trades that we did at zozostockwatch.com. All right, let's get into the watch list for keeping this video short. So ACP still setting up here, right? Holding above the fast moving averages. Out of the cannabis plays, ACB looks good. HEXO has been remaining very strong. HEXO, that one trying to get up to all-time highs here. We had a high back here on HEXO of 717. We had a high here of 733. If we look at it on the weekly chart for HEXO, you can see this high right here was at 733. So we're coming up to all-time highs on HEXO. So a strong one in the cannabis space. Keep an eye on it for tomorrow on HEXO. Some other names, CGC looks very good in the cannabis space. If this thing takes out 49.05, we could get that move we've been waiting for. I'm going to be watching this one in the pre-market tomorrow. Anything over 49, I think I'm going to take a stab at it on CGC. We'll see on that name. AMD looks good. We actually traded this in the service today. We took it over 28.25. The stock ran up to 28.85. Earnings coming out on the 30th for AMD, so keep this one on your watch. You could get an earnings run in this name, so keep AMD on watch for tomorrow. Could just be the start of their earnings run, and you have a lot of semiconductor names that'll be pushing up tomorrow, so keep this one on watch. AMKR, nice burst up here, 2 million shares. The high today on this was 959. So over those highs there, 960 or so. AMKR, another semiconductor name, could possibly make a move. Amrin, this had call activity, so this will be on watch for tomorrow. Amrin, I think it needs to get up over like 1875 to get going again, so I'll be watching Amrin. Another name, ARCI. We actually traded this one in the service today at $4.20. The stock popped up to about 480, 475. We got in right around here. Nice push up. So trying to do that $5 break here on ARCI. Over 700,000 shares traded in it. And the other day we had good expanding volume in this name. So the chart looks interesting. 5 could be a tough spot, but we'll have it on watch for tomorrow. AVCO. This one is kind of creeping up here. Only 97,000 shares, but this is a stock that popped up to $13. Now, I'm not saying it's going to do it this time, but it is kind of creeping back up above the 20 SMA here. Would like to see, obviously, more volume come into this name to get a trade out of it, but it looks interesting, so I'll have it on watch. BLNK, a lot of fits and starts in this BLNK at that 350. If it ever gets up over 350, it could make a move here. They got a high today of 344. So watching Blink over $3.50, 355 area. DSS, we got a small trade out of DSS today. It kind of popped up. It had some news. We got, I think, about a 10-cent trade out of it. So I'll have it on watch tomorrow. 2.7 million on DSS, plus whatever hits our scanners tomorrow in the morning. We'll be watching that. I'm not really an under $1 trader, but ENT, I'm not really in love with this chart, but quite a bounce off of the bottom here from 50 cents to 77 cents, 6.2 million shares. Might want to keep an eye on it if you like the under $1. GSAT also, there were block trades going off in GSAT. This is a block trade right here on GSAT, so they were popping this one. It's an under $1 name, 5 million shares. Keep an eye on it. HYRE starting to turn back up. We have the Uber IPO coming out. I believe it's the week of May 9th. Don't hold me to that, but I think Uber IPO May 9th. So HYRE volume today, 444,000 shares, turning the corner, getting back over the 50 SMA. The high was 569. Keep it on watch. Could make a move. JMIA, recent IPO, is kind of around around the middle of the range. If they can get this thing back over 38 bucks, could be interesting tomorrow on JMIA. On that name, so I'll be watching it. LEVB was making a big move up here today, got over $5 and pushed up. Volume, once again, though, 267,000 shares. A nice move. I'll be watching to see if there's any kind of continuation in this name. We'll see. Lulu, if you like the bigger names, it did get back over this 178 spot. Has a 180 up ahead on Lulu. Maybe if it pulls back a little bit, could gain an entry in Lulu. Keep it on watch. Macy's had some news today. Now, this stock has been crushed, right? But we are kind of trying to put in a bottom here on Macy's, and it got to move up. 11 million shares came into Macy's. Not in love with this chart, but if you like to play bottoms up, you might want to keep an eye on Macy's here, maybe trying to make a comeback in the retail space. NBEV showing some strength today in the after hours, trading at 555. So this one will be on watch tomorrow. It's been holding above that $5 area. Now, I've been telling people in my service, if you wanted to play this NBEV and play it against this break of 5, which I think some did, they purchased it, and now they're up on it. It never broke $5, so starting to turn the corner. But this one will be on watch. If you like it, the 50 SMA is at 558, so maybe over 560 on this name for a possible re-entry for a swing trade on NBEV. NEPT has been cruising along in the cannabis space. We've been talking about this one on our video. Finally got up over this 375 area. Nice push up on NEPT. NEO, I don't know what the reaction is going to be with Tesla, but here's another one trying to get back up over the 20 SMA, trying to get back up over $5 on NEO, turning the corner. 20 SMA is at 502. Volume, 20 million shares came into NEO. So NEO traded almost half the volume that the SPY traded. The SPY was at about 50 million shares for today, and NEO got 20 million shares traded in it today. So keep an eye on it. No guarantees in it, of course, but it's turning the corner. PINS, PINS, after their IPO, holding up very strong. We'll watch it. Maybe needs a little bit of pullback for tomorrow, but I'll keep it on watch. PYX, looking very good here. PYX, we actually did a swing trade on this one in the service. We got some nice money out of it. PYX, we'll see if it sets up intraday for tomorrow. Nice move into the close here on that name. Shutterfly had takeover chatter on the name on Shutterfly. 3.4 million shares, came up to about 43 bucks. Keep it on watch. Maybe there's another move. Look at this move in Shutterfly. So we'll see if there's anything in the tank for tomorrow. QHC, small one, coming up to the 50 SMA, trying to turn the corner here. 50 SMA on this one is at 187. Look at this expanding volume, 4.1 million shares as it's turning back up. Could be shorts coming into cover, and you have dip buyers in this name, QHC. So keep that one on watch if you like it. SORL, Auto Parts, finally getting up over the 200 SMA. Been a while since this one has been up over the 200 SMA on this name. So we'll have it on watch on this one. Volume light, 211,000 shares. Got to see more volume come in there. Twitter, if it breaks back up over 40 bucks, could be ready for another move. Let's check it in the after hours. Hanging out here at 39.55. So keep Twitter on watch. Win looks interesting if you like the bigger names. Probably needs to get up over this 145.50, 146 area for Win. So keep that one on watch. And lastly, ZYNE. We traded this one in the service coming up through 10. It popped up about 15 cents or so. So I'll be watching this one again. Could just be getting started here. We had this big move up after this pullback, and looks like it's gaining some traction here. 2 million shares came into ZYNE. If this video has helped you, hit that like button down below. That's all I ask you to do. Let's keep this channel growing. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. If you'd like email alerts anytime I do a video, click on the bell and you'll get an email alert alert every time we do a new video. This is Mike from zozostockwatch.com. Have a really good day trading tomorrow. We'll be back at it not until Sunday now for another video. All right, we take a few days off. We'll be back at it with 2 videos on Sunday. Have a great day trading tomorrow. This is Mike from zozostockwatch.com.